There is an ancient proverb that sums up the entirety of human suffering in 5 words: let go or be dragged. It is a simple phrase, but it contains a terrifying truth. We like to think of ourselves as the masters of our fate, the captains of our souls. We believe that strength is measured by how much we can hold, how much we can carry, and how tight we can grip. We are taught that quitting is for losers and that persistence is the only virtue. But there is a dark side to persistence. There is a point where tenacity becomes toxicity. There is a moment when the thing you are holding on to is no longer an asset, but an anchor. And because the current of life is always moving, always flowing forward, if you anchor yourself to something that is stuck, you will be torn apart. You will be dragged across the bedrock of reality, bruised, battered, and exhausted, not because life is cruel, but because you refuse to open your hand. Today, we are going to explore the art of release. We are going to look at why we cling to dead things, dead people, and dead dreams, and how the scariest thing you will ever do, letting go, is actually the only way to save yourself. Imagine a man trekking through a dense, dangerous jungle. He comes to a raging river. The water is wide, the current is lethal, and there is no bridge. He knows he cannot swim across. So, he spends days chopping down trees. He gathers vines. He works until his hands are blistered and bleeding to build a raft. The raft is a masterpiece of survival. He pushes it into the water, climbs on, and paddles with all his might. He fights the current, dodges the rocks, and finally, after a brutal struggle, he reaches the other side. He is safe. The raft saved his life. But now, he has to continue his journey through the forest on the other side. The forest is thick with trees and vines. The path is narrow. But the man thinks, this raft saved me. It is valuable. I cannot just leave it here. So, he lifts the heavy wooden raft onto his back. He tries to walk through the forest carrying the very thing that carried him. He moves inches at a time. The raft gets caught on branches. It weighs him down. His back screams in pain. He is moving so slowly that night falls, and the predators come out. He is exhausted, dehydrated, and miserable. A monk walks by, moving freely and lightly through the trees. The monk stops and asks, "My son, why are you carrying that heavy boat on your back? You are on dry land." The man wheezes, "But this boat saved me. I built it. It got me across the river." The monk smiles sadly and says, "The boat was a tool for the river. On the land, it is a burden. If you want to survive the forest, you must leave the boat at the shore." This story, adapted from the teachings of the Buddha, is the story of our lives. We all have rafts. The raft might be a relationship that served you when you were lonely but is now toxic. The raft might be a business strategy that made you your first million but is now bankrupting you because the market changed. The raft might be a defense mechanism, like anger or silence, that protected you when you were a child in a chaotic home, but is now destroying your marriage as an adult. We confuse the vehicle with the journey. We think that because something helped us in the past, we owe it our future. We carry the heavy, rotting wood of our past victories and our past traumas on our backs, and we wonder why we are so tired. We wonder why we can't move fast. We wonder why we are being dragged. The psychology of holding on is rooted in a cognitive bias known as the sunk cost fallacy. This is the gambler who keeps betting because he has already lost $1,000. He thinks, "I can't walk away now, I've put too much in." So he loses another 1,000. In life, we do this with time. I've been in this relationship for 5 years, I can't just leave. I've spent 4 years on this degree, I have to finish it even if I hate the field. We value the investment more than the return. We are terrified of the waste. But let me tell you what the real waste is. The real waste is not the 5 years you spent, it is the next 5 years you are about to lose by staying. The past is a check that has already been cancelled. You cannot spend it. Holding on to a mistake just because you spent a long time making it is not loyalty, it is suicide. There is another story, a brutal one, about how hunters in Africa used to trap monkeys. They would take a heavy jar with a narrow neck and place a nut or a piece of fruit inside. They would tie the jar to a tree. The monkey would smell the fruit, come down, and reach its hand into the jar. It would grab the fruit. But when it tried to pull its hand out, it couldn't. The fist holding the fruit was too big to fit through the narrow neck. The hunter would approach. The monkey would scream. It would pull and pull. It would panic. It would be terrified of the hunter coming to kill it. But it would never let go of the fruit. All the monkey had to do to be free was open its hand. It had to drop the prize to save its life. But its instinct to have was stronger than its instinct to be. The monkey was not trapped by the jar. It was trapped by its own greed. It was trapped by its refusal to let go. How often are we the monkey? We are holding on to a job that pays well but kills our soul. We see the hunter, stress, heart attack, depression, coming closer every day. We scream. We panic. We say, I'm trapped. I have a mortgage. I have bills. But we are just holding the fruit. We are holding on to the status, the identity, the comfort. We could walk away. We could downsize. We could change. But that would mean opening our hand and losing the prize. So we choose to be caught. We choose to be destroyed rather than be empty-handed. This is the tragedy of the human ego. It prefers a familiar hell over an unfamiliar heaven. Let go or be dragged is not just a metaphor for external things. It is mostly about internal things. It is about letting go of the version of yourself that no longer exists. Many of us are being dragged by our own history. We are dragging the corpse of who we used to be. Maybe you used to be the star athlete, but now you are injured. If you hold on to that identity, you will be miserable. Maybe you used to be the rich businessman, but you went bust. If you hold on to the ego of the rich guy, you will never be humble enough to start over. You have to mourn your former self. You have to have a funeral for the person you were so you can give birth to the person you are becoming. You cannot shake hands with the future if you are still clenching the past. The physical sensation of holding on is tension. Clench your fist right now. Squeeze it as hard as you can. Feel the muscles tighten. Feel the nails digging into your palm. Feel the energy draining from your arm. This is what you are doing to your spirit every single day. Now, open your hand. Feel the rush of blood. Feel the release. Feel the peace. Letting go is a relaxation. It is a returning to the natural state. We are born with open hands, and we die with open hands. It is only in the middle that we try to grab. But why is it so hard? Why does letting go feel like dying? Because the void is terrifying. When you let go of the rope, there is a moment of free fall. There is a moment where you have nothing. No identity. No partner. No plan. That space, the liminal space, is where most people break. They scramble to grab another rope, any rope, just to feel secure. They jump from one toxic relationship to another. They jump from one distraction to another. They cannot sit in the emptiness. But the emptiness is where the magic happens. The emptiness is not a vacuum, it is a womb. It is the space where the new life is created. If your hands are full of old junk, God cannot give you a new gift. You have to create the vacuum to attract the abundance. Let's talk about the drag. What does it look like to be dragged? It looks like bitterness. It looks like constantly talking about your ex 3 years after the breakup. It looks like checking the stock price of the company you sold. It looks like replaying the argument you lost in the shower every morning. Being dragged is a state of chronic resistance. You are fighting reality. Reality says, this is over. You say, no, it's not. Reality wins every time. And the friction of that battle burns you out. It ages you. It makes you cynical. You become a person who is defined by what happened to you, not what is coming for you. There is a powerful realization that comes when you finally let go. The rope was never attached to anything fixed. The rope was attached to your own fear. When you let go, you don't fall into an abyss. You land on your own 2 feet. You realize that you are enough without the boat. You realize you are enough without the fruit. You realize that your safety was never in the external things, it was in your ability to adapt, to survive, and to create. For the entrepreneurs watching this, what product are you holding onto that the market doesn't want? Kill it. What employee are you keeping because you like them, even though they are hurting the team? Let them go. What dream of how it was supposed to be is blinding you to how it actually is? Pivot. The best founders are the ones who can abandon a bad idea the fastest. They have strong convictions but loose attachments. They are fluid. They are like water. Water does not hold onto the rock, it flows around it. For those in pain today, for those heartbroken, for those grieving, I know it hurts. I know the rope has burned your hands down to the bone. I know you think that if you let go, you will lose the last connection to the thing you loved. But you are not connecting to the thing, you are connecting to the memory of the thing. The thing is gone. The memory can be kept in your heart, it doesn't need to be carried on your back. You do not honor the dead by dying with them. You honor them by living fully. You honor the past by building a future that is worthy of the lessons you learned. The process of letting go is not a one-time event. It is a daily practice. Every morning, you have to wake up and cut the cords. Cut the cord of yesterday's failure. Cut the cord of yesterday's success. Reset to zero. Be here. Now. The present moment is the only place where life exists. Everything else is a ghost. If you are depressed, you are living in the past. If you are anxious, you are living in the future. If you are at peace, you are living in the present. So, look at your hands. What are you gripping so tightly that your knuckles are white? Is it anger? Is it pride? Is it a person who doesn't want you? Is it a dream that has turned into a nightmare? Look at it. Thank it for what it taught you. Thank the raft for getting you across the river. But realize you are on dry land now. It is time to walk. It is time to run. And you cannot run carrying a boat. History Maker 101 brings you this message not to make you sad, but to make you free. Freedom is not adding things to your life, freedom is subtracting the things that bind you. The horizon is bright, but you cannot walk toward it if you are looking backward. Drop the rock. Drop the rope. Open the hand. Breathe. And step forward into the person you were meant to be. If this story helped you loosen your grip today, hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel. We are a community of people learning to walk light. Share this video with someone who is being dragged. Tell them it's okay to let go. Tell them you'll be there when they do. Let go. Or be dragged. The choice is yours.